Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
I'm chewing on a Cliff Bar and Steve's hacking up a lung. Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
Nothing but the best content for our dedicated listeners.
I just want to say, you know, I peeled myself away from very rare snuggles from my dog Maven in my bed to bring you all your favorite content.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
So
that's how Joel, who was late because of the aforementioned animal.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him that I was annoyed that he was late. He said, I don't care.
I don't care.
So we're off to a great start today.
Well, yeah, Steve's blowing his nose on Mike. I'm eating a Cliff Bar. He's what? Whoa! What's going on? Oh, he muted.
What's going on is, I think, probably long COVID.
Oh, cool.
Semi-seriously.
Have you, since the last time you since the last time you've had it, have you had symptoms since?
Who can tell anymore?
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just always congested and coughing. Basically, always. Could be allergies. Could be cats. Yeah.
I will say that my allergies for the last 4 days have been
brutal,
atrocious. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bad. Like,
yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's varying degrees of congestion and whatnot. But I'm like, even after Flonase and Zyrtec and guafenicin and Sudafed, I'm still having like sneezing fits.
So does the Flonase help you?
I think so.
Right.
I don't know anymore. I don't know. I just shoot it up my nose. I don't know.
Right. Shoot it up.
Shoot it up your nose. That's the name of this one.
Shoot it up.
Oh, that's stir it up. We also have this like natural nasal stuff. I think that may actually work better than Flonase, but it burns. It's like
that's how you know it's working,
I guess. Yeah. So I haven't even thought to test for COVID. Maybe I just have had COVID for 4 days.
Who can tell?
I mean, the CDC basically said, you don't need to quarantine anymore. We don't care.
We don't care. We're basically over it. We're as over it as you guys are.
Yep. The machine needs to keep rolling, so do whatever you're going to do.
Right. That's kind of where I've landed on it.
Yep. And the rest of the world. I mean, there's been people that have been operating like that since day one.
Right.
But they've never really officially called the pandemic over, have they?
Nope. Who can tell? All I know is I'm a little more willing to do that now that there's a vaccine that I choose to take. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were still, people dying right and left without any sort of solution, I was a little more concerned then.
Well, yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Glad you're all here.
Follow us on Instagram at Trying to Be Better Podcast.
Email the show at ttbbpodcast@gmail.com.
Right. And if you do, eventually we'll send you a sticker.
So I have a funny story about that.
Oh, yeah?
So the last time we talked, I definitely said that Armando is owed a sticker.
Yes.
In the interim from our last episode until now, I received an envelope from Armando McLean from his. I've received an envelope from Armando McLean from his current spot in Ashland, Oregon, where he's playing the role of Banquo in Macbeth at Oregon Shakespeare Festival for the summer. And I opened it up thinking, I'm getting a letter or some sort of program or some cool thing from Armando from Oregon Shakes. It was literally a self-addressed stamped envelope back to him.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't make me laugh.
I'm gonna try my hardest to make you laugh. He's gonna be muted half this episode.
Oh my god, that's so funny, Armando. That's amazing.
I opened it and literally laughed out loud, and had big plans of like writing him a handwritten letter and putting some stickers in there. I still have yet to do that. So that's how
well,
good.
I mean, you got a dog to snuggle with.
Yeah, I've got a dog to snuggle with. I was on spring break. You can't expect
Joel to be functional or no.
I did literally probably 3.5 hours of actual work this week. You know what I mean? You can't really.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's nice.
You know, I figured out, speaking of animals, I figured out why my internet connection was so wonky. Was that last time where it took forever to upload?
Well, was that me or you?
No, it was me. Oh, was it? Well, I had the time where I was giving you shit about your internet sucking, and then it was mine that sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it turns out what happened is one of the cats ate through the power cable to one of my Eero mesh Wi-Fi devices.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. Mm-hmm.
Thwarted.
That's the second one. So those little bastards owe me $40.
Yeah, my dog does not contribute financially to our household at all, and it's becoming a problem.
I understand.
And she sleeps like she pays the bills around here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it just sprawls out on the couch and groans, and it's like
why don't you guys go get me a snack while you're at it?
Yeah, nothing. Mm-hmm. Does nothing.
Nothing.
And
I went
really snuggles me. That's why it was so hard for me to like peel myself out of bed because
you were trying to get your money's worth.
Yeah, it's rare. That dog, like, only on her terms will she. My brother's dog is the most snuggly dog ever, and just really attention seeking. Maven's like,
whatever.
I will edge you for weeks on end, and then snuggle you once, and then maybe never again.
Yeah, I relate to that.
What
on like so many levels right now.
Right.
Oh, I ADD segue into seeing Olivia Rodrigo in concert.
Yeah, tell us about that. How was that?
It was great. It was legitimately great. She's fantastic. I had a thought. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I don't know if it came up on Facebook or what. But I saw that Olivia Rodrigo was playing in Omaha at the whatever CHI Quest Arena Center thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like that. I wonder if my daughter would like to go see that. You know. So I texted her, and she's like, "Of course, I want to go." And so I got last minute tickets and went and saw her.
And
pretty good seats too.
Yeah, tell us about it. It looked like quite the spectacle.
It was quite the spectacle. It was really well done. She just turned 21.
Okay.
Which is kind of amazing. And so here was my takeaway from that. A, she is obviously very talented. B, has kind of the zeitgeist of being a teenage girl in America in 2024 nailed.
Right.
Yeah. She's funny. She's very cute and very we didn't have dinner with her. I don't know what she's actually like, but her on stage presence is very welcoming. She's, how do I want to phrase this? Sexy without being gross about it. She's in control of her sexuality, which is really cool.
Sure.
She's not like, I'm a completely unhinged whatever.
It's not gratuitous.
No, it's not. But I mean, there was some of that element of it. But she's also, I mean, of the 18,000 people that were there, I would say 15,500 of them were teenage girls.
Right.
So it was kind of this isn't exactly right, but like a slumber party with your cool aunt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where he gets a little bit, gets a little bit bawdy, you know.
You learn a few things.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sure.
Like, oh, this is how we could be. And as a father of 2 teenage girls, I was sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, right on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing here that makes me go, oh, fuck, I can't believe I brought my daughter to this. You know?
Yeah.
It was like,
I'm sure there are those uptight dads out there that are trying their hardest to keep their daughters from listening.
To pretend that their daughters aren't going to have sexual urges.
Or be fully empowered human beings, and God forbid they do that.
Well, and I guess that's my point, is that it was a very well-rounded situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course they had her band was great. It's pretty, you know, how do I want to say this? Generic isn't exactly the right term, but you know, kind of you know, modern pop rock music. Like, there was nothing, they weren't breaking any new ground there, but it was very enjoyable and very well done. And they were playing live. It was definitely a click track, you know, had to be with the lights and everything, but but they were playing. And then, you know, they had the obligatory, like, she goes down on one of the little stage wings with her male guitar player, but the rest of the band was all females. And they sat, and he had an acoustic guitar, and they sang a couple songs, you know.
Sure.
But it was all it was just genuinely great. Like, I wasn't there thinking, oh my God, you know, like, I will say, like, after, like, every single song, with maybe one exception from the Hunger Games, was about that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so after a while, it's like, you know, there are other things to sing about, but not when you're singing to 17-year-old girls.
No, there's not. Right. Yeah.
So, you know, I took that in stride. And then I did, after a while, I was like, I am kind of that guy.
Oh, shit. She's singing about me.
Right? Pretty much. And not always. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that was my first, like, I don't know that I've been to like a pop concert in 40 years. 30 years, 35.
Yeah.
A long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And fuck, it was great. I had a great time.
Well, you sent me a great selfie of you and your daughter, and she seemed pretty stoked that she was with you at this cool concert. Like that.
She was stoked to be at the concert.
Okay. All right. That's what I was curious about. It was like,
well, I mean, a lot of this discussion is going in the Patreon channel, so everybody subscribe if you really want to know what's going on. But also, we had a great time together. I had a great time with her. I think she had a good time with me, you know. Good. But what was really, when we were driving up there, like, I gave her the phone so she could do the Spotify. So of course she was playing all Olivia Rodrigo songs, and she knew every single word to every song.
Oh, so she's a super fan.
Right. And so I was like, oh, well, this is even better then. You know,
you didn't know, like, you had no idea she was really into her.
I had no idea.
Nice.
So
good
bonus.
Score, Dad. Yeah,
it was great, and I genuinely enjoyed. My daughters are both very cool people, so it was just cool to be with them. You know.
Yeah. Your other daughter,
friend,
definitely, has made made space in our home and lives in a really cool way. After Ray, Kjerstin's dad, died in January, mere days after that, she drew, probably from some photo on Facebook or something, drew just a quick pencil drawing of him on some decent 8x8, drawing paper. Mm-hmm. And it moved Kjerstin and I so much. And for Kjerstin's birthday, I had that professionally framed. So
that's so cool, man.
Yeah, you've got some cool kids, dude.
Thank you. I agree. Yeah. But I mean, she's just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's really worked on her visual arts, which is cool. Like, she's very good at it. She gets that from her mother.
Yeah.
But like, when I found out about that, because of course I wasn't involved in the process, but I was like, well, of course she did that. Like, that's something she would do.
Yeah, Kjerstin was like, she's like, I just kind of know her well enough to know that she's like, oh, I'm so moved by this moment. I'm going to draw a picture of him for her. And that just came like from this pure place of
Yep.
like care and generosity. And it's really special. So
thank you. And I'll pass that along to her. But I mean, like, that's just kind of how she rolls. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll try to take a better photo of it when we have it hung up or something so that she can see how much that meant to Kjerstin and I.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing that is really, I don't know, gratifying, I guess, as a parent and just as a person that knows my daughter. No, I mean, like I think they both in different ways see the power of just like small, nice gestures.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And just being cognizant of something other than themselves.
Yeah, that's huge though.
It is.
I mean, by that age though, they're both teenage girls, right? By that age, they could be so self-absorbed that none of that shit matters. And I think that that's a testament to their upbringing and their environment and their parenting, and good work.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Well, and it's been, obviously I'm a little removed from them at the moment, but it's just incredibly gratifying to watch them and to be around them and to see them and to know that whatever we did seems to have been the correct thing to do,
Right.
And they're both very different people. And my phone is transcribing my conversation.
Always.
Yeah, for real, but it's actually putting it on the screen, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that like they're not little assholes.
They're not little. I mean, here's the reality though. I was just thinking, like, when I was 13, 14, my whole world revolved around Pearl Jam, and still kind of does.
Right.
But like, I remember like my dad, and Dad, if you're listening, thank you for this. I love you. I remember my dad, like, when we'd drive back and forth between my, between the divorced parents or whatever. I remember he took a genuine interest in the music that I was listening to. And some of the stuff, like when I put on Nirvana or Alice in Chains, it was like, or a lot of the rap music I was into, he was like not really down for that. And I can understand, like, listening to like a song called Territorial Pissings by Nirvana was not necessarily my dad's cup of tea, right? But but when I put on Pearl Jam, like I remember him having like, wow, this is really great. I remember distinctly one trip back to Ord, we kind of listened to their first record, 10, and he was really into it. And I was a little asshole. I mean, I there was some compassion there, but I was kind of a little asshole. I was just waiting to sneak away to go smoke a cigarette or something else. And
same.
And so like, but if he would have said, "Hey, Joel, Pearl Jam's coming through Omaha. I have tickets. Do you want to go?" I would have. I don't care that he would have been. I would have been like, "Yeah," you know what I mean? Like, so it's really cool that you were able to have that moment with your elder daughter. It's really cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like we had a good time together was cool.
She didn't say you have to go walk around the concourse.
Yeah,
you don't get
but I mean, like it was the thing of like I was kind of there,
right?
But like we got there kind of like right on time, we weren't early or anything, and just due to circumstances, and so like I mean it was just I mean you and I are both a little bit blasé now about being in an arena with a big PA and a bunch of people,
Yeah, we're now we're like, what is this one gonna sound like? Gosh, I don't think there's enough speakers in here. Is the video gonna be big enough?
Yeah, it kinda, but I mean, so she was, it's something to take in,
Yeah.
And then the opening salvo from Olivia's show was very loud and it was intense, but not like painfully. That's the thing I was impressed in. Jack's so funny because I was sitting there thinking, my God, her PA is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know what I'm talking about there,
Right.
Because she had, I mean, there was tons of arrays, and I mean, like it was in true Grateful Dead fashion, way more than was actually needed.
Yeah, right.
I mean, instead of having to turn it to 11, they turned it to 2, and it sounded great, and it was really loud. I mean, I was that as much as anything. I was like this is one of the better sounding shows I've ever been to.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just on that level, it was very, very. It didn't hurt, but it was loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is great. But yeah, that was so funny. I'm texting pictures. I text for those of you listening. I texted our group thread pictures of the PA and Jack, a former friend and former TTBB.
Former friend? Wait, breaking news.
Yeah, Jack and I are done.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're done.
Breaking news.
Jack said, "Is Gianna tired of you telling her about the Grateful Dead's PA yet?" Or words to that effect.
Yeah.
But I did. It was kind of funny that he said that because he knows me well. But because they were the speaker arrays were all Meyer speaker arrays, which is a direct descendant of the Grateful Dead.
Did you bring that up to her?
I did.
And what did she do? Oh, nice, cool, whatever.
Well, what I said was like, I was just pointing out, like, I wanted to show her, like, this is how this works,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, those are the subwoofers, and those are, and just kind of pointing out. And I said, those are Meyer arrays, and you know who they're like, where that comes from? She's like, no. I said, take a guess. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, take a guess. It's like, I don't know. The Grateful Dead. She goes, oh.
Nice. Well, that was, that kind of curious surprise is better than rolling her eyes. Fucking Grateful Dead, Dad. Jesus Christ. Right. Fucking stop.
But I mean, like, without, like, he was like, Meyer sound comes directly from the Grateful Dead, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, it always kills me. Not that I've been in Memorial Stadium for a while, but on the PA system there is Meyer sound as well.
Mm-hmm. It sounds great.
So it does sound great, and it gives me a little bit of wave that flag pride.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you on a whim dropped the coin to go have that experience, man. That's cool. Great. I can't name one Olivia Rodrigo song. I
couldn't either until that morning. Had no idea.
No idea.
Nope. They're pretty good. Again, like, they're all about that guy. And kind of like there's a song it's called there's another one called, I think it's called Brutal, and it just talks about like how incredibly hard it is to be a teenage girl in the year 2023, 24. It's brutal out there. It's great. Yeah. It's a great song. I mean, like, obviously I'm not a teenage girl, but like I could put myself into that space and be like, oh yeah, that's about right.
It's brutal to be a fucking teenager at any time period. I mean, you look back on it somewhat fondly, like, oh, that was great. But at the time, it's like everything sucks.
Well, it's one of the lines from the song, and I'm not going to get it right. It's like, if you tell me to enjoy these are the golden years one more time.
Oh.
Like,
nice.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And here we are, two dudes. I mean, we have no idea what it's like to be a female identifying human in 2024 teenage, age. Like,
so I have a story along those lines, and I'm going to be very vague intentionally.
Okay.
But I have a friend who, nope, I can't even do it. It's Patreon.
Okay.
Let's just say that, let me think about this, how I can phrase this.
In a general way.
There's a situation where, I have a friend whose teenage daughter is being bullied in a few different levels in a way that is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Beyond the pale.
Right.
Whose parent, the kid, the ringleader of the bullies, his parent is one of the major, like a major donor to a school.
Sure.
And so guess what the school's doing about the bullying?
Fuck all.
It's horrible. the entire situation, from the bullying to the way it's being handled by the administration, is it's all, the bullying is horrible, and the administration's response to it is abhorrent.
Abhorrent.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, don't come at me with your Jesus bullshit.
Yeah. Oof.
It's so bad, and
that's like, that's got to feel like double bullying. Like,
it's kind of,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you have the insular teenage bullshit bullying, and then administratively you begin to see the violence inherent in the system.
100%. Yeah. This is the
sucks.
violence inherent in the system. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the bullying is sanctioned, was actually started by this kid's parent.
Oh boy.
Who also happens to be a big donor.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is like, if you think cruelty is cool, I'll just say you're wrong.
Also, if you think cruelty is cool, you should run for office, because it seems to fucking work.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the platform now. We're just outright cruel. It's cool to be cruel.
Ugh.
So anyway.
Yeah. Well, one thing that we did, this is a total tangent. Well, not really.
Yeah, good.
Kjerstin had a birthday, and we got a cabin at Mahoney State Park for a couple days, just to like be outside, take the dog, walk around. I don't know if anybody's ever, I've always kind of wanted to do that. I've never done that. It was really nice. We had a lovely time. I think that's where my allergies kind of kicked off. But that was really nice to do that. Yeah. Big fan of the Nebraska State Park system.
Same.
Really, you know what I mean?
There's some good ones.
I mean, people drive through Nebraska and they're like, what a shithole. And I can see why, because like
from the
interstate, it's nothing.
Right.
But go off the interstate a little bit, it's pretty gorgeous. We had a really wonderful time. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's awesome. I saw some pictures. It looked great.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I agree. Like, Mahoney's great. I like Mahoney State Park. There's stuff to do there.
And they seem to be improving it all the time. Like, we were walking around up there, and they're like, they're making an even bigger water park slide situation up there. They've got a whole like ropes course and all kinds of cool stuff. Big fan. That's all I had on that, but it was really nice.
Nice. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was one thing when I was a kid. We my family, my folks rented an RV, and we took a tour Nebraska trip.
Yeah.
And we spent a week in an RV and just drove out to western Nebraska and hit like Fort Robinson and Toadstool Park and
Toadstool.
And
cool.
And stopped and saw some friends of theirs, and it was really nice, as I recall. Like, we had a great time.
Do you recall how the because it was a few years ago. I think it was on one of our, I don't remember where we were. I think it might have been our 10-year anniversary road trip. We went through Toadstool, and I remember even in our all-wheel drive Subaru, the road from the highway to Toadstool was a nightmare. I can't imagine trying to do that in an RV, but I don't think they've improved that at all. But yeah, Toadstool Park is such a weird geological wonder. It's really fucking cool. It doesn't even feel like Nebraska, too. Like, you're in there and you're like, this isn't Nebraska. Like, this
feels like Mars.
Yeah, it feels like you're on Mars.
Also, I remember my mom and I were just talking about this. Merritt Reservoir, we had stopped to go swimming and hang out, but we're like, I think the sand is moving, and it turns out what it was like these little frogs or frogs probably, I don't know, just little like quarter size, and they were everywhere.
Oh wow.
So me and my sister were running around chasing and catching frogs. It was fun.
They pee in your hand?
Yes, they did that.
Yeah,
there was much peeing in the hands.
I distinctly remember frogs peeing in my hand.
Yeah, there was
I was
a lot
not
of
a bug kid though. Like, I didn't really like picking up that shit. But I remember one time I was with cousins or something, and they put one in my hand, and I was like, it was a big deal. And it peed on my hand. I'm like, I don't think I really want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I kind of got over that, as I recall. Like, it was fun to catch them.
Yeah, like, that's good. I'm good there.
Kind of a random childhood memory.
Yeah.
We played the rock and roll last night.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
It was good. We had a good show. Broke Down Palace. There was a couple. I felt bad. We were starting Sympathy for the Devil, and Mike, our drummer, I don't know like where the hitch and the giddy up was, but somehow half of the band was playing the 1 on the 3 and the 3 on the 1.
Oh yeah.
And so it took a minute, and I felt bad for Mike because I could tell, like, I just stopped playing because I was like, there's too many. We need to like let the rhythm get settled, and Eric is just out doing the thing, singing the song, and I was like the drums were backwards, and so I was like, how's Mike gonna get out of this?
And did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it worked out fine.
You landed the plane.
We brought it home, baby.
So it was a polyrhythmic version of Sympathy for the Devil.
I don't know if it was more like it was just wrong. It was backwards for like the first 2 verses.
It was as if Rush did it. It was like a polyrhythmic, very strange. No,
it wasn't like complicated. It was just backwards.
It wasn't complicated. It was just bad.
Yeah, it was just wrong. But I was talking to Mike after the show, and he was like, "I don't know what happened." Like it was just, but it's that thing where it's like, if it's going well and you're just into the flow, into the groove, like you don't really have to think about it. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
But you get in that space where it's like it's wrong, but you don't know how to get out of it. So it's kind of like it's kind of like you're falling and can't, like ah.
But I think it probably kudos to you all that you didn't have to full stop and start over.
It got to the point where I was like, if this doesn't get resolved here shortly, we're starting over.
Yeah, this is one that people are going to know is totally fucked if we don't fix.
It was totally. I mean, it was very obvious that it was totally fucked, but it ended up working out just fine. We brought it home.
Nice.
It's like I always liken it to. Sometimes this is a Johnny Carson thing. You remember Johnny Carson?
I remember him. Yeah.
Sure. Some of the funniest moments on his shows were when he would tell a joke that bombed and then how he recovered from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like those were kind of the best moments,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same thing. I mean, the Dead used to do that, like Garcia would miss a note and then they'd bring it around even harder,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that's kind of what we did,
Yeah. The most surprising things can be when bands totally fuck it off.
Right.
And
then they like swing it back around and really bring it home,
Well, it's like that nervous energy's got to go somewhere. You might as well put it into the music.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
I've definitely experienced that. I've experienced that in improv, doing improv with the improv troupe back in the day. When you're out there and you're just totally sinking and like nobody knows what's going on. And then you just grasp for anything because it's like such nervous energy. Yep. And then that's where the real gold can come from.
Absolutely. Well, that's the without a net aspect of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I do that every time I teach. I think that's every time I start a class. I'm like, well, I didn't prepare, so I really have to reach here.
Just remember, Joel, 90% of life is just showing up.
Dude, that's so true. And I've really kind of found a groove with that in my teaching where like what I lack in maybe preparation, hopefully my dean doesn't listen to this, what I lack in preparation, I make up for in presence.
That's right.
Yeah. Because college students, they're not going to remember what you taught them anyway. They're going to remember how you made them feel. So you might as well make them feel like
the truth.
It's so true. I don't remember shit that anybody taught me, really. I remember the vibes.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So try to bring the vibes.
Try to bring the vibes. The good vibes.
The good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of good vibes, I pampered myself this week on my spring break.
What'd you do?
I got a pedicure, Steve.
Oh, was it good?
I love a pedicure. I'm here to just announce to the world. Have you ever gotten a pedicure?
I never have.
Steve,
I'll go do it this afternoon.
Do it seriously. Tips and toes on fucking what is that? 20 what? No, 40th and Old Cheney, 48th and Old Cheney, 40th and Old Cheney.
Tips and toes.
Highly recommend. Get the hot stone get the don't get the base package. You don't have to get your nails painted. I didn't this time. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get a little black on there. But this time I didn't. But you can get a package where they like, they put some like essential oil massage, and then they do a hot stone on your feet and shins and calves.
Oh,
I brought my headphones.
Oh, you can do that. Good. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I brought my headphones and a Tricycle magazine and just went away.
Blissed out.
Because my wife saw my toenails and was like, "You've got to do something about that. Like, you've got to handle this. That's disgusting." So I'm like, okay, I'll let the professionals handle that.
Well, hold on a second. How did you get to that place?
What do you mean?
How did you do you wash your feet?
I wash my feet. I just don't trim my toenails that often.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Toenails. Yeah, my cuticles are a mess. Yeah. I don't deal with. I just like, if they get long enough, I rip them off. Let's just be real. I'm being honest. As it gets to a point, I just rip them off, and sometimes it's less attractive than it should be. But I'm looking at my dogs.
So here's the thing: is it's coming into sandal season, so exactly. I try to be presentable.
Dude, I highly recommend a pedicure. I'll go with you sometime. I mean, mine are good right now. Huh?
That'd be nice. How long is it? Like a monthly thing?
I mean,
because I feel like my nail maintenance routine is pretty good, really.
I'd say, yeah. You could go monthly. I don't go monthly. I maybe go twice a year. If that. But
that explains it then.
Yeah, because but if you're feeling frisky and you're feeling like you want to pamper yourself,
pretty much always
do it. You don't have to get them. You don't have to get them painted. It's wonderful.
You've seen Bad Santa, right?
It's been a while.
Okay. Watch Bad Santa this afternoon. Buy it on Amazon just so you can always have it.
Okay.
It's like $12. Money well spent just because of this conversation for Bernie Mac getting his pedicures.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If there's any men out there that have are curious about a pedicure and they're like, I don't know if that's for me. It's for you.
Here's the thing. My dad got a pedicure. My mom just told me this like last week. My dad went with my mom and got she said that he wasn't a huge fan of like the touching of the feet, but overall he found it to be a pretty pleasant experience.
It's wonderful. The only part that kind of makes me squirm, and I'm glad I had music and my magazine to read, was when they file. No, that doesn't bother me. It's this. It's the like exfoliating like brush or sponge they use.
Yeah,
it tickles me, and I'm trying not to giggle like a schoolgirl.
Right.
I don't want to be like in there, like
Right.
Most of the women that are in there, this is like a routine thing. So I try to I try not to rock the boat.
You try to be cool.
Yeah, play it cool. Like this is normal.
Play it cool. This is normal. It's good.
It's totally normal.
This is not a big deal.
Yeah, but it is something smart to do when it gets into like, Chaco and Birkenstock season, man. You want to make sure that you don't look like a fucking Bigfoot out there.
Now I'm a little self-conscious.
Do it.
Okay.
It's worth the money.
I dropped something on my I somehow broke the toenail on my right big toe. Oof. And so I currently have like half of one. So I don't know what they'll do with that, but
they'll take care of it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure they've seen worse.
Probably, yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was totally worth it. It was a nice little thing, Treat yourself.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Huel.
Yeah, tell me about that. You sent me the link to that. Is that just like space food? What is this?
Yeah, it's space food. Basically.
Is it a shake? It's a shake that provides all your nutrients.
I don't remember the details, but I first heard of Huel a few years ago when a friend of mine had bought like just tons of Huel shakes, right?
Okay.
And it's like, it's not just protein, they call it like nutritionally complete food. It's like Jetsons food.
Okay. Is it all shakes though? Is it all like liquefied?
Well, so their line has expanded dramatically. Like, so I ordered like a starter pack because I'm cooking for myself and that sucks. And I mean, it's fun to do sometimes, but sometimes I just need to eat.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of like picture like noodles in a cup, only won't kill you. It actually is like good for you, right?
Yeah.
And then I've started referring to it because they're kind of like protein shakes, but they have vitamins and minerals and the stuff in it. Then there's like a super greens shake, and then there's like noodles in a cup, and then there's like a bag where you scoop a couple scoops of that out and nuke it, and it's like quinoa curry, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's so far I'm a fan. It's all a little weird, but it's not unpleasant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's I mean, it's all it's nutritionally complete. It has basically everything you need in it. I mean, you should probably eat a banana every once in a while, but
yeah. Yeah, your system does need solid foods here and there.
Well, I mean, it is solid food. Like there's quinoa and there's pasta and
Oh, right.
Yeah. But I've been doing their I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like basically the protein shake that also has all the other nutrients in it. I've been doing that for breakfast, which is kind of cool.
Is it plant-based or is there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we do the food service here in Lincoln, the Clean Slate, and they bring a like a bag, like a a cooler bag full of prepared meals, 5 meals or whatever, and that's really helpful. I don't always. Sometimes we don't eat them all, and I feel bad, but it's good for me to take to work because I work in fucking Crete, Nebraska, which nothing against Crete, but there's not a lot. I mean, if
there's Burger
I
King
do have
and Christina's.
Yeah, I could eat at Runza, which is like just eat fried food, like fried onion rings and fries as a vegetarian, because they discontinued their vegetarian Runza, which I was pissed about. But yeah, Christine. I mean, I love Christina's. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah.
Right.
So it's like
you can't do that every day.
No. It's like healthy, whole, clean, plant-based food. Yeah,
that's interesting. I might have to look into that.
Yeah, it's a little spendy, but it's worth it just with our lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's hard to. I mean, I can make something and then eat it for 4 days, but on that fourth day, I'm literally just fueling my body.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing about like a meal prep situation is that you make a bunch of one thing and then you kind of are stuck with that for the week.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, if I'm hungry, I'll eat. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. But then it's also real easy to be like, well, I don't want to eat that. And the High Peak Asian Thai food is like just down the street from me.
I love High Peak, dude.
I love everything about High Peak except for the fact that they never, like when I call them to order, when I hang up the phone, I'm not ever sure if I've actually ordered food.
Correct.
There seems to be just a certain amount of confusion about the entire thing. And I'm like, I guess I'll go over there and see if I've actually ordered my food. And then I walk in there and somebody comes out from behind the counter and they look at me like they're confused why I'm standing there.
Yes. But it's all, I mean, I've never really had a problem though, but it does.
I haven't either. I'm starting to have a little faith that, like 4 or 5 times into it, I can be reasonably certain that no matter how I feel about it, I'm probably going to end up with some pad thai.
Yep. I always order the fiery tofu. Fiery tofu. If you're feeling tofu, they do it right. So if you want to get weird, the fiery tofu dish is at about a medium heat level is perfect.
I'm all about pad thai number 7 heat.
Try the fiery tofu.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Try it.
Go
get a pedicure and try the fiery tofu, Steve.
Dude, my hair isn't quite to man bun length yet. I don't know if I can do those things.
That's stereotypical man bun me right now.
Yeah, you are. But you're rocking it, man.
I know.
I don't know. I'm waffling like I'm considering getting a haircut again.
Well, me too. I actually got my hair trimmed because it was getting to like, white snake levels of length.
Ooh.
It was getting pretty long, and so I got it trimmed down long enough to still put back, but short enough that it didn't feel like I was,
selling out.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I may cut it all off. We'll see. Maybe I should keep it long through the summer for this Pearl Jam concert in August, and then
that's so funny. That's so funny.
I gotta keep it long.
Yeah, I've had the same thought. Like, well, I got these shows coming up.
Yeah, I gotta look cool at these shows.
I gotta look the part.
Yeah, I scored GA Pit tickets to Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field in August.
Oh, you're going again?
I'm going again, baby, and I'm actually thinking about staying at the Getaway Hostel again. We'll see.
Nice. I love that place. Wow, that's crazy. 11 years later.
I know. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna go all in and be a total try to be a rail rider at that show. Like do the thing, like ride the rail, line up 2 days before, be a complete maniac. I'm considering it.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Well, it's like I got to stand the whole time anyway. Like, am I going to be bummed that I'm like a little further back and not? I'm like, well, should I have just foregone sleep for a few days just to be right there and give Eddie Vedder a high five before I die?
The rail is going to be far enough away from the stage. You're probably not going to get the high five.
They'll come down there.
You think so?
Yeah, Ed does this thing where he has a huge bottle of wine and like pours it out to people. I won't drink the wine, but I'll take a cup.
Spill the wine.
I'll smell it and pass it on.
Sure, there you
go. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're going to see him again. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to Chicago in a week and a half. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Gonna go do some popular culture scholarly work. Well, more like scholarly spectating, but
that'll be cool. I can't wait to hear the full report when you get back from that.
Yeah, it'll be something. Mm-hmm.
It'll be something.
Yep.
Plus, you get to be in Chicago for a couple days.
I love it. It's not Greece though.
Yeah, no, I'm going to Greece.
When are you leaving?
May 20th, baby. I'll be
okay.
in Greece. Yeah, Greece for 10 days.
Oh, so you're not going to be in Greece while we're in Chicago?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm going to Greece.
You're going to Greece later.
Yeah, May.
Okay.
After the semester.
You should come to Chicago with us. You'll be in school though.
I'll be in school. I could technically probably justify that as some continuing education, but
that's what Dave's doing.
I know. That's genius.
I know.
Although my place of employment has put a really tight leash on travel, paying for travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did get a raise. I got a raise.
Yeah, you mentioned that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That was a surprise. An actual cost of living raise, which was significant.
Great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, did we do it? I feel like we've done it.
Yeah. What are you into right now? I'm going to ask you that, and you can ask me that. What are you kind of tripping on right now? That's exciting and interesting.
Well, I got. There's a book out. I don't know if it's brand new, but it's pretty new. It's called "Surely You Can't Be Serious." It's a book on the making of the movie Airplane with the Zuckers.
Yes, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, yeah, it's great. It's kind of like the Beastie Boys book. Like it's just interviews and pictures and like the history of Zaz, Zucker, Abramson, and Zucker.
Yeah.
It's great. Like it's really. If you like the movie Airplane, it's all the inside baseball and what it went into making that movie and the history of how they got to the place where they're making the Kentucky Fried Theater and the Kentucky Fried Movie and all that. Like it's fantastic.
I would imagine that the working environment shooting that was kind of wild.
It was. I think they had a good time.
It looks.
I think they had a good time. Mm-hmm. So that's what's been. I've been reading that. It's been great.
Nice.
In fact, I sent my sister. Hi, Libby. I sent my sister a copy of it because a lot of our, at least when we're talking, at least once or twice there will be an airplane reference. So
it's kind of like me and my brother in the Goonies. At some point, there will be some sort of Goonies reference.
Mm-hmm. I've had it up to here with your red zone crap. A hospital? What is it? It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
Not important right now. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that. So funny.
Oh
God.
They like he was so nervous and ill. Like he had a great time and everybody loved him, but like he couldn't do his lines. So like
because
almost
he was just
always nervous.
Oh,
and
wow.
like and so like almost everything he says, like he's looking at a cue card.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
They literally had to like spoon feed him his lines.
Well, yeah, I mean he's a really great basketball player. He's not an actor.
He's not an actor, yeah. But that was like the thing that's like they had like the best time casting for it because they took all these hard ass, serious like drama actors and had them play it that way for comedic effect.
Yeah.
And the one that really got it was Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah.
But he had done hundreds of roles, all serious and
Yeah.
And so for him to get to do that, but with a comedic bent.
Well, that's why he's funny, because he's so goddamn serious about it. Like in the Naked Gun movies, it's like that's why he's so captivating, is that he believes every ridiculous thing he says.
And they mentioned that it like he never winks. Like, I know I'm in on this.
Yeah.
There's none of that. He's completely dead serious. And stop calling me Shirley.
Yep, for sure. Well, that's interesting. I'd like to check that book out too. What's it
I'll
called?
let you read it. It's just called Shirley, You Can't Be Serious.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah. You can get it on Amazon for $23 hardbound. Highly recommend.
That's a steal.
What are you into?
I've jumped back into the world of Hyrule and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom video game. I fucking love that game. I completed
still like a year later, you're still into it?
Yeah, it's literally been out for less than a year. But I got that and then 2 weeks later got a puppy. So my video game attention was put on hold. Like that last summer was supposed to be the summer of Zelda, and it became the summer of Maven, which is fine.
Right.
But I didn't
Zelda.
But yeah, it was it's such a beautiful game. Like it's so interesting and cool. And I was playing it, I'm like, I think I'm pretty far into it, and I did this other thing. I'm like, I'm nowhere near the end of this game. Like there's so much to do, and it's so beautiful and so interesting. And yeah, I really love it. It's just
Maybe I need to get a Switch.
Get a Switch. I think, well, I mean, you might hold off and kind of do some research. I think Nintendo's going to make a Switch 2 here soon, maybe, but you can find a regular Switch for cheap, and it's a great little system. I mean, it's like what they get out of what is essentially a shitty little, like touchscreen portable, what is my tablet? It's just a little crappy little tablet, but what they allow it to do, pretty amazing. And
I don't think it's crappy. I think technically it was pretty advanced.
It is. But I really, really love Zelda, and the Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are just beautiful games.
I don't know if I have time for that. I don't know.
It is an investment of time for sure. So you gotta make time. But I'm also trying to another thing I'm trying to get into is I want to drop a few LBs.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. Hey, so speaking of, when are we gonna start riding bikes?
Whenever. I actually got on my bike a couple times this last week.
Yeah, you did.
I did a real quickie on Thursday, about 8 miles, just about as hard and fast as I could. And then rode around on Friday night with very little layers
You were
on.
cold, weren't you?
Yeah. By the time I got home, I was like,
home.
yeah,
You know what I did? You know what I did after I saw you Friday and you took off on your bike? I was driving by the Dairy Queen at 37th and South, and I got myself a shake, a malt.
Nice.
You were riding your bike, and I got myself a large strawberry malt with extra malt powder.
Nice.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was nice to be back in the saddle again.
Back in the saddle again.
That's right.
Well, yeah, let's pick a day, man. I'm down. Let's go.
I had to tell myself, remember, Steve, this is not love. It's only food.
It's only a malt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice to have. It is nice and a detriment
Dangerous.
to my health to have, that Dairy Queen open 2 blocks away from my house.
It's so good.
And my fucking dog, like whenever and she didn't understand. I mean, she, what they say about dogs, they can't remember, but they never forget. She never forgot that that's a place where she can get ice cream. And even throughout the winter, we're walking by there and she is pulling to go to Dairy Queen.
Yeah. I want to go to Dairy Queen.
That's where the sugar treat comes from. That's where I get a lot of, that's where the sugar is. Let's go to the sugar
sweet
place.
Yumminess, the sweet numminess.
Yeah. Like, no, Maven, it's not open. She doesn't get it.
She doesn't understand March 5th is not yet. Yeah.
No.
But I got kind of excited. I drove by and I saw there like we're opening March 5th. I'm like, yes. Because now where I live and the places I go, I drive by that place a lot. Like a lot.
That is right in line, huh?
It's fantastic.
Well, you just hit me up whenever you're coming through. If I'm around, I'll join you for some fat kid treats.
Some sweet treats.
Sweet fat kid treats. Oh, shit can Sunday. We got to have a shit can Sunday.
I have yet to have that because I always.
I know. I normally default to the Reese's Blizzard, but you and I.
Okay.
Start at your place.
Go for a ride. Yeah.
Ride from your place on the trail around, and we'll eventually ride by that DQ, and we'll each have a shit can Sunday.
I love it.
Everybody has to go to the South Street Dairy Queen and order a shit can sundae. You have to call it a shit can sundae, and then you have to explain to them that it's a sundae with half hot fudge, half peanut butter sauce with crushed nuts on top.
Boom.
Shit can sundae.
Shit can sundae. I wonder if that's in the training manual for that place now when they open up in the spring.
I think there's such turnover there with the little high schoolers that but there was that summer when I went there like 5 times and said, "Hey, can I have a shit can sundae?" And they're like, "What? Okay, who told you about that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's a shit can sundae." Like, totally played it off. Because I think our friend Elisa did it.
Lisa.
But this is gonna be shit can Sunday summer, everybody. South Street Dairy Queen. It's my big. I'm not giving up on this. That's the only reason I podcast anymore is that I want everybody I want that to be a part of the secret menu of Dairy Queen as a shit can Sunday.
Shit can Sunday, 37th and South location.
Yep, and that location has the better ice cream, I think, of any other Dairy Queen.
I'm pretty sure it's all the same.
No, I think it's different, and also they actually make their dilly bars there. You can buy the prepackaged one.
Really?
But when you order a dilly bar, it's a hand dip
it right there. Wow,
it's a dip. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the real deal.
All I see is crunch coat. I'm in it for the crunch coat.
Yeah.
That shit's so good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did it.
We did it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what we did, but it's good. It's good to see you.
Shit can Sunday, everybody.
That's right. It's a shit can Sunday summer.
That's right.
Cool. Well, send Armando his sticker.
I know. I'm a shitty person.
Really, I love Samite. I'm totally hooked.
Oh, fuck. There's a new episode I haven't even listened to.
See?
I finished. Oh, fuck.
I might even have to get into the Weeping Cedars.
Oh, I just finished Weeping Cedars, and it's a slow burn, but holy shit, it takes a fucking dark turn, man. It's so wild.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy it's good. I mean, it is kind of horror, but it's my kind of horror. So
yeah, it's dark.
I like it.
I should reach out to the creator of that and see if he'd come on here. I bet he would.
Ooh, that's interesting. All right. The creator. All right. Wait, hold on. What am I doing?
Have a shit
good.
can
Yep,
summer.
we're good. Have a shit can summer. All right, later.
Bye.
Come to take you down, when they bring that wagon round, when they come to call on you and take your poor body down, just one thing I ask of you, just one thing from me. Thought you was the cool fool, never could do no wrong. You had everything sewn up tight. How come you lay awake all night long? Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. You knew my name, my darling. Shake it, sugary. Please don't tell them you know me. Shake it, sugary. Please don't tell them you know me. You know, in spite of all you gain, you still have to stand there in the pouring rain. Well, there's voices calling you, and I guess it's time you go. Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing from me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, Sugary. Shake it, Sugary. Just don't tell 'em you know me. Shake it, Sugary. Just don't tell 'em you know me. up now, sugary. I'll meet you at the Jubilee. And if that Jubilee don't come, maybe I'll meet you on the run. Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, darling, sugary. Shake it, sugary. Don't tell her you. Shake it, sugary. Don't tell her you. Shake it, sugary. Don't tell her you. Shake it, sugary. Don't tell her you
Don't forget, toot your hooter.